Let's dive into how you would go about analyzing any Google Analytics property. So, before we get started, you want to check some integrations. So, you go under acquisitions and you go under Google Ads and you click on campaigns. If you see this default screen here, which is link your Google Ads and Analytics account, then the Google Ads account isn't linked to the analytics account. So that's a problem because you then have to open up the Google Ads console to be able to see data about your paid ads. And then the second integration is the Search Console. And if you click on Queries, and if you see this default page again, the Google Search Console hasn't been integrated. So you won't be able to know what sort of organic search terms are bringing you the traffic. So if those two are empty, go ahead and request those accesses as well. But let's dive into what are some of the reports that I would normally look at when analyzing any site. So first report is under acquisition, all traffic, source medium. And the reason this report is so important is because this report gives you a breakdown of the acquisition efforts by each medium, the behavior of people of these acquisition efforts by each medium, and then the goal conversions by each medium. So that means, for an example, if I have a look at this table here, 4 people converted at an average rate of 1.63% from Zen Academy's own referral. So obviously there's some trouble in terms of how the tracking works, but you could see that people that came onto the site directly, referrals tags not been passed, but let's say if they did come to the site directly, 7 of them actually converted at an average rate of 1.88%. And people that came in from Google Organic, which was 14 people, none of them converted on the site. So this gives you an idea where your money is going into. So if you're doing SEO, money is going into organic and what results it's getting. If you're doing paid links or links in general, you know that the referral traffic is coming in and are they converting. Or if you're doing Facebook, then obviously there'll be some data about Facebook and you would see what, how that is coming on and whether that's converting or not. So in addition to that, you can also see if people are bouncing off. So bounce rate, basically 82% of the people so 82 out of 100 people will bounce off from that first page itself if they're coming from this website. And if they're coming from organic, they're only 38 out of the 100 are bouncing off from that first page itself. So you can see how valuable the traffic is from that organic medium as compared to some of the other referral mediums. But at the same time, you'd be able to assess this on a medium by medium basis to give you a good idea of how your performance is going on. So that's your first report. The second report I like to look at is under audience and mobile and overview. And the reason this report is very important because it tells you the percentage breakdown. So 56% are coming from desktop and 41.67% are coming from mobile. Now, the reason this table is so important is, as you can see, 13 conversions, or 92% of my conversions are from desktop, while only 7% of my conversions are coming from mobile. So you can see that despite the traffic being a nearly equal 50-50, almost equal 50-50, 92% of my conversions come from desktop. So I need to put a lot more effort into my desktop site, being able to optimize it, not just optimize it for speed, but UX, UI, and a range of other suggestions that I should implement in terms of my desktop site. Obviously, the sample size is too small. 14 is such a small number, and 1,000 visitors is too small. But if I had a larger sample size, then I'll do that over the last 3 months or last 6 months to be able to see how that data is converting. So that's obviously your second one. The second report that you should look at. And the third one you should ideally look at is the behavior, site speed, page timings report. And the reason this report is important is because it tells you the total page views, which is how many times that page was loaded by a visitor, and the average time, the percentage up or low, the percentage difference compared to the average time. So my average load time is 2.91 seconds. And this first page was 3% better than my average time. But you can have a look at this page here, which is the course, LinkedIn ads course, which is 100 times worse than my average time. So if that was 3 seconds, this page is loading at 6 seconds. So obviously I need to look at this page, look at why it's taking that long to load, and obviously we try and be able to fix it. Now you can filter this by, let's say I do that by 25 pages, there's 149 there, but it gives you a true indication of what pages need to be fixed and what pages are doing much better in terms of how this whole page timings work. And the reason this is so important is because the speed of the page will also determine how many pages the Google crawler will crawl, and also how quickly will it crawl. So, obviously focus on that. That obviously is a very important factor, not only from rankings, but also from your user perspective. And that's the third report I'll look at. So once again, under acquisition, all traffic source medium, under audience, mobile overview, and then under behavior, site speed, page timing.